those who will be live streaming as I feel led. I want to say good evening to, first of all, I've already said good evening to you. I want to say good evening to those who will be live streaming or live streaming. I want to say that it's very important to do what the Lord say do. I gave instructions to the captain on the team to collect progress reports today. And half of them he collected, and those others, they didn't turn theirs in to him. And there's consequences that's going to take place. Amen. When you don't do what the Lord say do, and yet you try and go and sing in the choir, or usher board, or preach, or teach, or whatever it is, that's a blockage there.
All right.
The Lord told, and I'm just saying this because he said, don't forget to assemble yourselves together.
Right.
He didn't say lay in the bed and Zoom. We had to Zoom because of certain priorities. But now the door is open. They passed that law back in December sometime.
Yes.
Yeah, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the church being open. Now, there's all those stadiums that's filled. You look at it for yourself on tomorrow. I'll be looking at the football games tomorrow. Stadiums are filled, shoulder to shoulder. And yet, we want God to hear our prayer when we're disobedient. I'm just putting it out there as I feel led. You remember Sister President on Usher Board, Sister Jewel Charles, with the late Dr. Anderson. He told me to open up. I said, Red, do you want me to open up at 12? He said, no. We've got to get this train back on the track.
Right.
He said, open up at 11:30. That's what he told me. Deacon Burns, late Deacon Burns, I dreamed about Deacon Burns last night. We were together. And I'm not worried, the church is going to be packed again. I don't know how. The churches are going to be packed again. Something's, I don't know, God got away. And Deacon Burns and I was trying to find a seat in St. John. It was crowded. But getting back to the, when Dr. Anderson, we went over, Deacon Burns and I at that time, when we were going through that transition there at Greater St. John. Sister Anderson brought word back out to me, say, no, Red want you to open up at 11:30.
All right.
And so I said, okay. I went back, prayed with the choirs.
Yes.
Prayed with the choirs. And opened up. I didn't miss not. I tried my best right on 11:30.
Right.
What happened, Sister Jewel? Come up here. Come up here. And let me spray this mic. Give me that spray right there. We're going to protect one another during this time. What happened? It's a little wet there.
It's okay. To Pastor Scott, to the officers, and to everyone present, what happened on that Sunday morning was we received a telephone call from Sister Anderson. And she asked, she said, Reverend Anderson want to know if the choirs marched in at 11:30. And I could attest to that and say yes. The choirs did march in at 11:30.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Sister Joe. I'll spray. We're all together here. The reason why I'm making this point, God do not bless disobedient people.
All right.
He don't. He would not, I would not have power in prayer now
All right.
if I would have been disobedient to the man of God.
All right.
Saul, King Saul, was disobedient to what God had told him through the prophet Samuel. And God withdrew from him.
Yes, he did.
God withdrew from King Saul because he was disobedient. Says it's like witchcraft, rebellion. When you just rebel against what God tells you, it says in the Bible, a witch should not live. You're rebellious. That means you're in trouble with God. Some don't believe, as old folks say, fat meat's greasy. But just keep living. There's some wish they had an opportunity. Saul prayed so hard. He got upset with David. He wanted to kill him because he was righteous. But God is not going to hear your prayer when you're doing wrong. I don't care who you are. Preacher, teacher, deacon. I don't hear your prayer. When you are not obeying, the Lord tell you to do something. Case in point, I'll be done tonight with the Zooming. We were working on the church. And we had Sister Scott and the seamstress and all those were sewing. You remember the curtains that they put up? You remember that? And we had tables down the aisle. You remember that? Pastor Anderson told me to tear, he said, take this and tear this seam, just tear it. I said, oh no, Rev, I can't, I mess it. He said, if the Lord told you to do something, would you say no?
All right.
And he walked away. I never disobeyed. When he told me to do something, I did it.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to disobey or displease God. Last but not least, when we was painting the church, you know, there's a slant above his office. He said, Scott, go up there and paint that. I had no ladder. I had no rope, no parachute, anything. I just trusted. I believed I was going to do it. Because that was slanted. You can slide off. But faith held me up there and I painted that. When you do it the Lord's way, by faith, you can't lose. Disobedience causes blockage of your prayers, blockage of your blessings. That's all I got to say. You may stop Zooming now.